Morning folks, how are we doing? Hope you're well. Friday. Fucking Friday. Ready for the weekend. So, first things first. Thank you if you are listening on audio as well as these lives. Really do appreciate you coming on and watching these videos. If you could do me a favour, if you're on audio, if you scroll all the way down the podcast on the app, you'll find the review system. A lot of people asking me how to leave a review. So you literally scroll right down, keep going, and you'll end up coming to the review where you can write a little review. That'd be amazing. Thank you so much. Also, everything that a lot of people are asking me about, my boy did really well. He literally came out and wanted to walk home with his sister, so he's been attached to my hip all summer. And it was like all of the anxiety had just dropped from him. So he had a great first week. Thank you very much. Really appreciate everyone asking. And the last thing everyone asked me is that I tore my bicep tendon in the end. So it's a minor tear. It's a grade 1, so I'm going to probably be fucked for 6 to 8 weeks, to be honest. But a quick one on that, because something I shared with the Brotherhood is, do you know what? There's no point fucking being doom and gloom about it. It is what it is. Do you know what I mean? There are people out there who are a lot worse off than me with a minor bicep tear, and it is frustrating. Yep, I can't compete with my boy on Sunday, but shit happens. He can still compete. I still get to be lucky enough to go and watch him compete. You know, I'm in a good frame of mind to not let it fucking bother me. I don't really get down about stuff anymore. It's about just being in control and putting things into perspective, which we'll sort of come on to in a minute about today's subject. But when you put things into perspective, a minor bicep on a tear, a minor tear on my bicep, it's not the fucking end of the world. I've still got legs, I've still got a core, I can still run, I can still do leg workouts, still fucking get on with it. It's not going to distract me from my path. And if you are struggling with an injury, don't let it bring you down. Don't let it like annoy you or get annoyed with it. Just roll with it. Roll with the punches. Adapt and overcome. You know, there are plenty of other things that you could be doing or worrying about than having a slight injury, guys. All right, I might do something on this next week. Coping with injury and overcoming injury, and training if you have an injury of some sort. So thank you anyway, thanks for checking up, it's nice. So look, let's get straight into this. So controlling the chaos of life. So what is the chaos of life? So this is in my own interpretation. You might be able to relate, you might be able to take some parts away from this. So when I used to feel like life was chaos, for me, everything would just be, so if you imagine if you got a pen and a piece of paper, you closed your eyes and you just scribbled. Okay, you just scribbled for like 1 minute, fucking all over the place. That's what my brain used to be like. And it just would be fucking all over the place. I'll be pulled this way, I'll be pulled that way, I'll be pulled this way, be pulled that way. Another analogy is almost stepping at a crossroads with 7 to 8 to a million different roads that lead me down a different path. Morning guys, hope you're all well. And it was just chaos because I was being pulled in every direction. I was trying to achieve too much. The overwhelm of life was bogging me down, you know. Work wasn't, when I didn't work for myself, was pulling me in one direction. Politics of work, negative environments, policies, pay, fucking all getting on top. Then coming home and like you have things going on, maybe you're not in a great place at home, you know, you want to be more active with the kids, you're exhausted, you're tired. Fucking hell, it's just chaotic, paying the bills, taking the kids to the school clubs. So you can imagine if you visualise that fucking scribble that I was talking about, or stand at 100 different paths that you've got to go down and do something down. It just becomes all overwhelming, right? It becomes manic. And you feel stressed out and emotional and ratty and short with people. And that is chaos. That's fucking chaos. And there never seems to be any end of it, because sometimes you don't know how to go out of it. I then used the analogy of just drawing a solid square or a rectangle on a piece of paper and it looks structured, right? It looks in order. It doesn't look like a scribble that you've been doing for the last minute. You just draw this solid square or rectangle. This is not any philosophy I've read out of a book. This is just what I've pictured in my head. This is how I picture structure in my head and chaos. So I see chaos as a scribble on the map. I see structure as a solid square or rectangle on the map, because it's in order, because it's structured, and it's just clear. It's very clear about what it is. Whereas a scribble's fucking all over the place. You're a mad hatter. So with this square, I always visualise order, you know, and vision, because it's very difficult. It's very easy to get from one point to the next point, to the next point, to the next point. It's probably a bizarre way of looking at it, but it's just, I guess we all look at things differently. And when it comes to controlling the chaos, what we have to do is have order. We have to have structure. We have to be able to get from point to point, and we have to be able to differentiate each corner. And obviously those corners in my world, on my book, with the guys that I work with, are relationships, personal development, health and work. So we break down what I think is 4 quarters of life, because each one of those includes probably where you're stressing right now, where your chaos is right now. So we just talked about the work stresses. You're probably not paying any attention to yourself because you're too busy worrying about everyone else, worrying about money. You're too stressed to think about health. You're too worried about health. And relationships are probably down the drain because you're shitty, you're ratty, because you're stressed. You're taking it out on the missus, taking it out on the kids, taking it out on your mates. You know, your relationships at work are probably shit because you hate your job. And then personal development is probably 0. You know, are you reading podcasts? So trying to, overcome the chaos of life is actually what I talked about earlier, is putting things into perspective. Now, half of the shit that you stress about or worry about means absolutely shit. Means absolutely shit. Everything that you worry about, everything that you think that is important, everything that keeps you awake at night means fucking dick, honestly. And a good example of that is my arm. And I look at it and go, it's not fucking important. It's not important. It doesn't matter. You know, and normally I've worked with guys who have had a slight injury and it's been the end of the world. It's been the fucking end of the world for them. I'm fucking so frustrated. And I've had clients who have emotionally drunk, and I've been like, why are you drinking? Why are you getting all emotional about it? I can't train, I can't do this. Okay, so you've got a bad leg. So we've got upper body, we've got core. Just still stuff you can do. Snap out of it and focus. So when we put things into perspective about the problems that we face every single day, look at it this way. If it doesn't affect the people that you love the most, or the things that matter most to you, to me, it's not really a fucking issue. So if you have a problem at work with some fuckwits, it's not really a fucking problem. It's not really you shouldn't be getting rattled by fuckwits at work. You shouldn't be getting rattled by fucking emails that you have to send. All of this is minor. It comes down to your priority list. You are number 1 priority, your family are number 2 priority, and probably family and friends, and then work, because you have to work to earn, right? So when it comes down to you thinking of your priority list, think about why you're getting stressed out because fucking Steve, who works down in a different department, being a bit of a fucking knobhead, and it's stressing you out. What's your job, Simon? Remind me of your job. Then, you know, who gives a fuck? Let Steve be a cock. Just ignore him, okay? All the school runs, it's not stressful. Fucking look at it as enjoyable. And put things into perspective. Literally ask yourself, should I be getting stressed about this? Should I be fucking letting it overwhelm me? Should I be letting it distract me? No, I don't think so. Activities manager, Passing over. Do you mean like dying, Simon? I don't know quite what you mean there. So to reduce the chaos, if you are in control, if you know exactly how you are wanting to live your life, if you know your purpose, your vision, you are not going to let these small problems come about. Simon, the only easy way to say this is that we're all going to die. It's just a part of cycle of life. It's a cycle of life. I think you should celebrate people that you work with and their life. When they pass on, they pass on. There's nothing you can do about that. And it's just part of the job. And it is very sad, Simon, but it's just a case of accepting it and accepting, that's part of the job. We all don't live forever. We're all going to be fucking dead in the next 60 years. Everyone watching this, myself, none of us are going to be here, which is why it's ever even more prevalent that we make sure that we only focus on the things that matter, because we don't want to spend a life full of stress and chaos and things overwhelming us. Fucking hell, we've only got so much time left. Fucking hell, according to a survey I did, I've only got 38 years left. But I'm serious. We're not here for much longer. Most of you guys watching this are in your 40s. What have we got? Probably about another 30 to 40 years left. And yeah, it's a bit fucking harrowing, but it's an eye-opener. You can spend the next 34 years in chaos, dealing with stressful situations that really fucking don't mean anything. Or you should be able to control enough to not mean anything. Okay? And it's that control. It's control of your emotions. It's control of your thoughts. It's control of your actions. And it's staying in control. It's being able to learn to switch off. And this is not shit that you do overnight. This is not something you wake up and go, today I'm not going to give a fuck about Steve the fuckwit down the thing. It takes time, because what you have to do is then start building up habits. You have to start building up routines. You have to start building up structure. So it's habits, routines and structure. Something that I'm massive on in the Brotherhood is guys doing the same thing. Accountability. Okay, sharing what they are going through. Because most of the time I turn around and say it doesn't matter, or get a grip. But it takes time for those guys in the journey. Some of the guys that have been training me for a year have been up and down, but the difference is, before they met me, they weren't in control. But right now, they are in control, because they're very self-aware about their journey. They're very self-aware about how much stronger they are becoming. They're more resilient, the more resilient you are, the stronger your force field around you, and the stronger and the easier it is for problems to bounce off you. Whereas if you're coping, it's almost that your force field's down and you're getting smashed with your problems, and it's just like sucker punching you every single time, and you're falling for it, and it's fucking, it's taking over. And that's where the rattiness comes in, that's where the stress comes in, that's where the emotional eating comes in, the emotional drinking, the bad habits. All right, so what I would urge you to do now is start thinking about your journey. Start thinking about that scribble on that piece of paper, or start thinking about that rectangle on that paper, and what's it going to be? You're either going to be a scribble, or you're going to be a fucking structured square or rectangle. And that's down to you. That is down to you. And I will say to guys, if you need help, the Brotherhood's there. The Brotherhood, I would never force it. I only want if people want to join the Brotherhood, they can come to me and say, I want to join it, because I need the extra help. I need a little bit more coaching. I need to be around guys. I think there's 90 guys in there now. I want to be around guys that are on the same journey as me. I want to learn from them. I want to be inspired by them. And I want to be better. And putting yourself in a positive environment allows you to do that. Because it allows you to have the accountability of opening up and going, I need that assistance. I've got this problem. And everyone will turn around and go, get a grip, it's not a problem. They won't. No. But you get support, and you'll realise it's not that fucking big a deal. Do you ever have anything that happens to you that's stressful, and you wake up the next day, and go, what was I fucking worried about? Okay? And that is a great coping mechanism. But the difference is that some people will act immediately, send an email or a text or a message in direct response, letting the chimp take over. Ooh, fuck you. You're going to get fucking full-on attack on this retaliation on my text or email, or confrontation in front of the face. That's why fights happen in a pub, because you get a great big fucking group of fucking chimpanzees whose egos are fucking too big and no one's big enough to step down. That's why you get some fucking bloke heading to hospital with a great big fucking cut on their head because the other one's hit him. Learning to step back, learning to reflect, learning to take a knee, a deep breath and go, don't react, okay, is control. Coping is fucking knocking a guy out. And you don't want to do that. Like, it doesn't solve anything. I could keep fucking talking here, but I have to go because I have a client. But I think you get the gist of things. All right, guys, it's about control. But control doesn't just happen by waking up one morning and go, I'm controlled. It takes a series of habits, routines and structures. It takes for you accountability. It takes consistency. It takes huge word, commitment. I would say motivation, but motivation is drawn based on emotion. And if we're not emotionally feeling it, we're not motivated. So that's where your commitment comes into play. Because commitment's what you fall back on, and how much you believe in your purpose and your path, and how much you believe in being in control. You know, the Brotherhood isn't just about star jumps and press ups. It's about learning about yourself. It's a self-reflection group. It's a group that allows you to control your emotions, control your vision, your purpose in life. All of those things. Too much coffee is right, man. Too much coffee. Listen, I hope you have a great weekend. I'm not going to be live over the weekend. I'm just going to be focusing on a family weekend, so I'm going to be switching off. Trying to get my boy ready for his competition on Sunday, which I'll let you guys know how he does. And I hope you all have a great weekend. Lots to think about this week. Winning mentalities, controlling the chaos, self-reflections, how to be some of the things that were stopping us being the best dad. You know, check it all out on the content of the week. There's plenty of content there. I'm emailing it out daily now, Monday to Friday, and just chilling at the weekends. There's plenty for you to catch up on. Thank you, Simon. Thanks, buddy. And I'll catch you, if your Brotherhood are watching, I'll catch you in there for live feed Sunday night, for coaching week. For everyone else, have a good one. Remember to plan on Sunday night. Remember to be in control. Next time you face adversity, next time you face a challenge, just remember, deep breath, control. Either walk away from the situation, or go to jail for hitting someone. No, I'm joking. I'm messing. But just remember control. Control. Don't let it be chaotic. Let it be in control. Yeah, I'll let you know how he does, guys. Don't worry. I'm sure he's going to do great. He's a little fucking ninja on those mats. He fucking, as soon as I reckon he's about 16, he'd be throwing me around and dominating me and putting me in chokeholds and all sorts. Thanks, Lee. Really appreciate it, bro. Thank you very much. I'm going to let you into a little secret here. So these pep talks, these morning live feeds, a lot of the stuff is, I'll do a Pacific live on this, but a lot of the stuff is stuff that I either go through over here or think myself. So if I'm going through if I'm talking about an issue, so like chaos, for example, is something that I just genuinely share what's going through my own mind. And I know that most of the time, having spoke to a lot of guys, that if I'm thinking it, there's probably about 1 million other guys out there who are thinking it as well. So it's just really a bit of a self-reflection. Listen, have a great weekend. I'll catch you all soon. Stay safe, and I'll see you Monday morning.